I swore up and down that I'm not gonna purchase this collection. It's not my vibe. I don't like the packaging. I just got home from the mall. I saw it there at Nordstrom and they had a sale, and I actually was interested in the lipstick. I was swatching it and I was just curious about the powders. So this is the new Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Soulmates face palette. It comes in 2 different colors. I picked them both, and I think there's 3 lipsticks. I only picked up one, the Naughty Talk. I'm going to try that first. But Nordstrom has a sale right now. It's 15% off. But I thought, let me just pick it up and review it. Even if I don't like the packaging, some people may like it. And I can at least give you my thoughts if it's good or not. So this is the lipstick. Okay, this is the packaging. It has this little fake heart diamond right there. And I'll just show you the palettes, how they look like. Here is the packaging of the palette, and this is not my style at all. I don't love hearts. I just recorded a video this morning that it's gonna go live after this video where I talked about this release and said that I don't want it because of the packaging, and seeing it in person, I still don't like it. I wish this wasn't here. I don't love heart packaging, just in general. Anything, like, it doesn't matter what it is. I don't love hearts packaging, but it seems like a lot of people do love the packaging, and that is just personal preference. So it comes in 2 different shades. This is the lighter one. This is called Pillow Talk Flawless Pink. And then we have the Flawless Peach, which is the one that I really liked. I like the colors. What made me want to purchase this is the powder. I love the Charlotte Tilbury powder, and I thought the price was not good because it's Charlotte Tilbury, it's expensive, but you get 13 grams of product. Let me look how much you get in just her regular powder. In her Flawless Finishing Setting Powder, you get 8 grams of product. So I kind of feel like the price is much better on these, and you do get a powder and a blush, and the powder is $49, okay, and this is $52. It's not quite double the product, but I kind of thought that the price for Charlotte Tilbury was not that bad. I am gonna first swatch the lipstick. It looks beautiful. It looks like one of my perfect shades. That's it right there. I do have a lip liner. So let's try this on. It is the Kissing formula. Oh, I love this color. It is so pretty. Here is the Naughty Talk lipstick. It's perfect. It is one of my most perfect nude lipsticks, to be honest. That is beautiful. Okay, I'm excited. I do have quite a big collection of Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, but I'm gonna swatch the ones that are, I guess, the most similar. Let's start with just the original Pillow Talk. I'm gonna swatch it right next to it. You can see that the Pillow Talk is a little bit more pink than the new one, and obviously different formula. Then we have Very Victoria. Very Victoria is just deeper. I love this shade so much. Then we have Cat Walking, which is absolutely destroyed. I love this shade so much. So that is Cat Walking. And is it Naughty Talk? I think that's the name of the new one. And these are all matte, so obviously the formula is very different. I also have here Icon Baby. I'm gonna swatch it right under. This is the Kissing formula, and this is much pinker than the new one. And this one also has some almost sparkles in it. This new one is also more sheer, so the pigment is a little softer, which I do like. And then last one that I have is Nude Romance. That at least I think they're not similar, but you know, the more similar ones. So that's Nude Romance. And I do have here the Bitch Perfect. This is a Kissing formula. I'm gonna swatch it right here. Yeah, this is much peachier. You can see how shiny this one is. Yeah, I love the color though. It is a perfect everyday nude shade for me. I can add some different lip liners to kind of adjust to the warmth or the coolness or the depth of the lipstick, but it is beautiful. This is the only thing I really wanted to purchase. But for the sake of this video, we have these as well. I'm sorry if I keep complaining about the packaging, but this could have been such a good release, you know? Because I like a powder and I love a blush. Those things kind of, you need them throughout the day. So let's start with the pink one. And I'm gonna do it under this eye. Make sure that everything is okay. The eye look is still from this morning. I just changed my base. So I'm gonna slowly add here. I love the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. It is incredible. I went through so many, and I have the mini one right now in my collection. I just finished my big one. So I needed a new finishing powder from her. So I thought, let me just try this formula. Okay, look how smoothing that is. My nose is peeling so bad right now, so just ignore that. But that is the pink shade. It's not too bright. I thought for sure it's gonna be too brightening. I don't love a super brightening powder under my eyes. But this one's actually beautiful. I'm gonna add a little bit more just to see how it looks like. Yeah. I don't know how much the camera is gonna pick this up. The powders are just so hard to record and review because you can't really see much. I feel like you have to be in person to really tell. Okay, moving on the other side with the peach shade. This is more my color story. I like a peach powder. I think it helps with the under eye dark circles and things like that. I'm looking for a brush. Oh, here it is right in front of me. I'm gonna make sure that everything is clean, and then we'll move on to this side. Okay, I feel like this one has more pigment. Ooh, maybe too much for me. This is supposed to be obviously for deeper skin tones. And I saw it in person and I thought, wow, that is not good enough for deep skin tones. But the powder is definitely more pigmented than I thought it would be. It definitely darkened my under eyes, which is not great. But not all of these were made for my skin tone. Mostly here where I added a little bit much, that definitely looks a little darker for me. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose to help with that peeling. It's full on peeling. Just ignore that. I am trying all these new skincare and things like that. So I'm still learning what works for me and what doesn't. But I mean, the powder is beautiful. You can't deny it. It's the same as her normal setting powder. So here is the peachy side and then the pink side. Let's move on to the blush. This pink, let me swatch it. It's hard to swatch the powder, but why not? Let's swatch it. Here are the swatches, the pink and the peachy ones. This looks more peachy swatched than in the pan. And the pink looks a little bit more calmed down rather than a baby pink. I'm gonna tap this. We're gonna put the pink on this side. Okay, this is matte. This is a matte finish. Doesn't seem to have any glow in it. And I don't know if I love that. I like just a little bit, but they are quite blurring, kind of like the Tower 28 blushes. So because it is matte, it's definitely more blurring. It's similar to the whole idea of Tower 28, where it's a blurring setting powder slash blush. I feel like it reminds me of that a lot. And you can take that powder, the setting powder, and blend this in. Here is the pink blush. And it's pretty, it's actually very smooth on the skin. Okay, getting my other refer brush. I have two of these Koyo brushes because I love them so much. So let's go in with this one. Okay, this is a very pigmented. So I'm gonna take some off and then I'm gonna go on my cheek. Okay, we need a little bit more. I like the color. I think it's really pretty, but I tend to like more of these peachy colors. This color can really be built up. Honestly, both of them can be really built up. I like the peachy color though. Let's try the powder and just blending this in. Here is the peach side. I do like the color quite a bit, but the powder is just too dark for me. And here we have the pink. I do want to add a little bit of this spray because, like the Tower 28 blushes, I felt like they're kind of powdery, and this will help, I think. Yeah, see, it just blended it into my skin and it looks so much better now. Absolutely love the lipstick. The lipstick is beautiful. I love the color. I love that it is this kind of a sheer formula, but buildable. Very hydrating. I think it's beautiful. I would absolutely repurchase this. I think it's stunning. I kind of want it permanent because it's beautiful. Now, my final thoughts on these blushes / powders. I have to say the powder is really nice. I love the pink side. I think it brightened my under eye, but it's not too pink. It's very wearable. And I do like the pink blush as well. I think it's blended into my skin really nicely. Overall, this is really nice. I love the peachiness of this other one. I hope I'm holding the right one. Yeah. Actually. So I love the color of the blush, but the powder for me right now is just a little bit too deep, and I feel like it darkened this area. I think in person I can see more than probably you guys will be able to see, but I do like the colors overall, and I think when I'm a little bit more tan in the summertime, I will be able to pull this off. Now, I do think that there's some flaws with this release. First of all, the colors, they're only geared towards light, like fair skin tone, and light to medium, but I don't see deep skin tone being able to use any of these. I think you would just look chalky under the eyes, just too pigmented. The powders here are beautiful. They're very nice, but they're still quite light. And yeah, I think that they needed at least another 1 or 2 shades. That way a lot more people can use these. Then the packaging, I'm not even going to mention it because that is just personal preference. I know a lot of people will absolutely love this, but the way it feels, I don't think it necessarily feels like a $52 blush duo or face duo, but it doesn't feel cheap either. So I feel like that's kind of in between. Now the formula, I love the powder formula. The blush formula is nice, but it's nothing out of this world. I was not wowed by this release. I was a little bit underwhelmed. I do like the idea of a powder and blush in one because I think that that's something that you do touch up throughout the day. Blush is one of the first things to go away from your makeup. It's just common knowledge between makeup artists. So that's a thing that I would like to touch up sometimes throughout the day. But the formula is just nice. I don't think it's extra smooth. I don't think it's extra blurring. I think the Tower 28 blushes are more blurring. I don't necessarily find them patchy, but they're not blending themselves out. You know, I think the YSL blushes, their matte formula is a little bit creamier. This feels a little, I don't want to say chalky, but it kind of reminds me a little bit more of the chalky version rather than the cream version. So I just don't think the formula is 10 out of 10. I think it's just okay. And I love the pink powder, which is big for me. I really like that one. So I do think that there's some good in this release. There's some bad. I don't think it's extraordinary. I don't think it's anything new and out of the ordinary. I don't think you need to go or run and buy this release. Is it bad? I don't think it's bad. But again, I don't think it's anything, like, I don't love it. I just like it, you know? I walked outside a little bit and I was trying to see my blush in the mirror and it looked nice. It looked smooth. It didn't look patchy. I felt like with this side, I struggled a little bit with the patchiness, or not even patchiness. It's just the powder was a little darker, so it showed up a little bit more. So it's just gonna look a little be patchier because the color doesn't match. But I do like the color of the blush. I personally needed a new Charlotte Tilbury under eye setting powder, and I think this will work for me. Now the lipstick is 10 out of 10. I absolutely love it. I want that color permanent. It's absolutely stunning. Nordstrom has these on sale for 15% off now, and then they're also at Sephora, and Sephora sale is coming up where if you're Rouge you can get 20% off. But if not, you can 15 or 10% off. So those are my thoughts on this collection. I absolutely want to know your thoughts on it. Do you like the packaging? Do you not? It's okay if we disagree. But yeah, leave me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.